Hi, this is Raymond from EVOffer. Today we'll do an installation video for the electric front for Model 3 Highland. The installation is pretty much the same as the one before, but since this is a new car, then we'll try to redo the whole installation process again. So let's get started. So first you need to remove this cover. So you need to pull it up. Yeah, so I recommend to pull on one side and go to the other side and pull it. So pull it one at a side and then the middle at last. So just try to pull it up. Okay. Then the next thing is to remove this thing. Yeah, so just 2 clip and 3 clip so you can take it out. So next we need to remove the front bin. The front bin is only held by 4 10mm screws. So now when you raise it up a little bit, just disconnect the front button connector in here. So just simply pull it out. Just give it a little bit of force and then you can pull out. So now we need to remove the whole thing. Okay, so normally we'll start to replace the strut first. To replace the strut, just get your flathead screwdriver. So it's very simple. There's a little clip here. Just try to pry it out a little bit. I'll show you later. But if you have a needle, it will be easier. And then just try to squeeze it up. And then the bottom is the same. So I'll show you how I remove it. So this is how the strut looks like. So first try to, if you have a smaller needle, it will be easier. So just pry it up a little bit. Yeah, so pry it out and then you can jiggle it out. And for the bottom, the channel is a lot bigger, so it's easy. So then just push it out. So now we move on strut. And now we'll get our strut and the back plate. So this is the strut, this is the back plate. Next we will need to remove this existing back plate. So this is a 30mm nuts. So we need to use the 30mm heads to remove it. So we take out our little back plate. So make sure you name it right. So if it say R, that means on the right side of the car. If you right now I'm facing toward the car, so it's my left side. But so make sure it's the car right side of the car. So now I will just set it to here and just try to push it inward and then just tighten it. So try to give it a few frets first. Just make sure it's not stripped yet. Yeah. So and then tighten it. And tighten this. So yes, so try to set it on first and then screw it in. Tighten it. So now you might install the lower side of the strut only. Yeah. Just push it in and then set it aside first. The reason for that is if you install the strut and then and that will make the other strut removal very difficult usually. So we will just try to remove the other side of the strut first. And then we'll come back here and then set this on. So now you can go ahead and repeat the same progress for the left strut.
Okay.
So we have installed both struts. Just need to run the wire a little bit. Yeah, so normally I'll hide it under this rubber cover. So just do it like this. So it's up to you how you do it, but yeah, this is how I do it. Yeah. So the same I already did on the other side. So now let's try to go to this area, and we will do the lock. So before you start it, I'll just use some masking tape to mark the existing position of the lock. So you can see this is a lock. So I'll mark the existing location of the lock. So after I remove it, I know how to put it back because there are some room for adjustment. So I usually use the same location, so I won't mess up with the existing alignment of the front. So yes. So also here. Okay. So after that, we will move forward to do the next step. So next, we will try to remove the lock, and before that, we will remove this connector. So just a friendly reminder, normally if you remove it, it doesn't have a problem. But when you plug it back in, make sure the car is unlocked. Otherwise, the alarm will go off. Yeah. So now we will remove this. So there's two 10 millimeters here. So we'll just take it out. Okay. So we need to set the motor, this piece, into here. But then we need to run the wire. So I'll run the wire first. So to run it, I need to also loosen up this screw here. So then I can run the wire. I pry it out a little bit. Go past this. Yeah. Yes. So like this. So I can reset it back. And now I can just do the rest of the install. So to do the install of here, so now the lock is here. The wire we already run it. So you can just tighten it back. Also, let me tighten it back first. Yeah. So here I will tighten this. And now I teach you how to set the lock. So to set the lock, we need to remove the spring first. To remove the spring, it's very easy. You just push from this side, push it inward, push it in, and take it out. Push it in, push it, and then take it out. Now I set the motor in here. Now then we can place this add-on behind the lock. So we sit the OEM onto this lock. So yeah. Before that, I just remember one thing, but let me show you. Here is often loosened. We need to tighten it, but let me try to set on the lock and see how much to tighten, and I'll show you. So we set it on, and then we need to pull this upward. To pull this upward, we need to pull on here and then set it like this. So let me try to show you again. So you need to release the lock here by pulling it outward, and then you can take this on. So the latch is now in fully unlocked position. So we need to hook this in next. Hook this in to this circular thing. You can see I'm out of length. I cannot set it on, so I need to adjust this one. If it's not long enough, then you need to set it all the way to the downside. So let me try to set it all the way to give it more length to do it. So we use 2 wrenches to tighten it. So they are 12 millimeters. So just tighten it. And then now I will try to reset it. Just hook it in. So now it's okay. So then we will set the spring. So this is the first thing that the most common mistake people make. They often just hook it like this, and this is wrong. Yeah. So when you hook it, make sure this go to the circle, under the circle. So set it here, under the circle, and then we push it all the way back into here, and then we lock it. So this is how you install it. So then we'll just try to tighten it back. So we tighten it. And remember, we have a tape, masking tape before, so we know how to realign the lock. So let me try to realign it. So make sure you are realigning the OEM lock, not the one that we add into it. So you realign this, and for our add-on bracket, try to push it down as much as possible while you tighten the lock. So I push down our add-on and then tighten it. Okay. So the lock is set. The next we'll do is to do the wiring. To start with the wiring, let's try to do the power tapping. For Model 3, there are 2 ways to do the tapping. So, but the only way you can tap it is here. So we remove the cover. So this is a jump post, and we need to tap our wire into here. So there are 2 ways to do it. One way is to try to get yourself a M3.5, a short one, and with a nut, then you can just screw it in and secure it. But that is very difficult because there's a little space here, and often you need to remove the screw and take it out, and then there will be more space for you to do it. But let me try to teach you a simple way. To do the simple way, we'll just cut it out. We don't use the space connector. So we forget about the space connector, and we'll strip off the wire around this length. Okay, and then we'll wrap around here. So you can just use your own way to wrap it around. I usually use 2 of the hole and then just wrap it around. Yeah. So just make sure it's here, and then we use our electrical tape just to wrap around to give it, to make sure it's secured. So this is the simple way. So and it's also very secure if you do it right. So and then we just put it back here. So now the power tapping is done. The next thing we'll do with the main harness. So here we'll have our main harness here. So we'll do the connection later, but we'll first find the ground. The ground is here. So let me try to tidy up the cable a little bit. Yes, okay. So here is the ground. You can find any chassis ground in here, but here is the one that is most convenient in here. Yeah, so zoom out a little bit and show people where it is. So just loosen it a little bit, insert, and then we secure it, tighten it. So the ground is set. And then you can set the strut. There are 2 struts. So one on each side. So simply connect them together. So it doesn't matter which pair you do, but they always come with a pair. So just make sure you connect a pair to a pair, yeah. So this is the main connector. We'll just place it here later. And there's a buzzer connector. The buzzer to here. Okay. So here we can set it aside first. We'll connect the MCU, the ECU at last. So here is the power connector. So you can go ahead and plug into the power as well. Yeah. So here is set. This part is set. Now we'll do the other end. The other end consists of the latch motor connector. This is the latch connector, and this is for the micro switch to our add-on. And this pair is the most important part. This is for the actuator, the OEM actuator. So I'll explain it later. So let's try to forget about the motor wire first. We'll do it at last. So let's try to do the latch part first. So remember we said, so let me try to tidy up a little bit first, sorry. So, okay. So we will first do with this pair. So this go to here. So we connect here. So now and we push this back into here. So another friendly reminder here, make sure your car is unlocked. Otherwise, the alarm will go off. Yeah, so when you plug it in. So just plug it in. Make sure it's secure. Push it all the way in. And then just make sure it's locked. Yeah, so it's okay. Secured. Now we'll do the micro switch that we talked about. Let me try to find it out. So this is the next connector, D7. Yeah. So it just come along without a pair, so it's very easy to find it. So connected to here, our add-on is to detect the wiring this status. Yeah. So the last thing is this one, the actuator connector, also coming in with a pair. Very important. So you need to unplug this one, but yeah, make sure you don't let this connector idle, because if you keep this unplugged and if you accidentally close your frunk, you will not be able to open it. Yeah, because this sends a signal to unlock the latch, and if you close the frunk without reconnecting this connector, you will have a hard time getting it to open. You need to remove the wheel and then get your hand from behind and then to pull it from here. So just make sure after you unplug it, reconnect it immediately with our connector, bypass connector, and plug it back in here. So to remove this connector, you need to pull this out a little bit. pull this a little bit and then you can pull it out. Yeah, so just in case you don't know how to disconnect this. So we'll tidy up the cable at last, but let me connect everything here. So here is the latch motor. We set it here, and then you can zip tie it and then do some double-sided tape here. But this seems to be the best place to keep it here. So we'll connect the connector. So there's only one way that you can connect it. Make sure it's tight. And then the last thing is this thing. The emergency pull wire. So we need to run it to the tow hook here. So to remove it, use your thumb, press on the 2 o'clock position. Yeah, there's only one way you can open it. Push it here, and then you can just take it out. Yeah, there's only one way. If you don't push it from here and you push it from here, you can break this leg. So just push it from here so you can pry it out. So now we just run this into here. So it's just behind. You can easily fit on it. Okay, so normally you can just set it like here, but I usually just wrap around this one to make sure I don't lose it. Just like this. Or you can use some tape to wrap it around here. So here is a common thing that people try, and then they say, oh, it doesn't work, and then ask why. Normally people try to pull on this and try to open the front, and they said they cannot open the front. This is not used to, the use of this is not to open the front. You cannot open the front from here. It's just trying to release our motor. To release the front, you need to use the OEM feature. Our pull wire doesn't open the front. So let me try to repeat. Our pull wire doesn't open the front. It just releases our latch motor in case it is malfunctioning. So don't try to test on this and try to open the front and say it doesn't work. Yeah, it is not used to open the front. So to set the toe cap here, we just slide here and then just press on here. Okay, so now we have connected everything. We just need to test the system. So we just connect the last connection, the ECU, to our harness. Blinking is normal. So if it's not blinking when the front is open, then it's not normal. So then you need to troubleshoot it. Yeah. So just try to see if it keeps blinking in 15 seconds. If it doesn't, if it turns off, that means that our ECU thinks that the front is closed. Then you might need to check the latch status connector again. So now it's still blinking, so it's good. Then we'll try to do our first safety test. The first safety test is to test the functionality of this this landing check. What it means that if the hood is not fully raised down, fully closed, then our motor shouldn't fully close the latch. So to do it, it's very easy. There's a button here. This is a button. You can press it. So if you try to double click it and try to look at here. So I'll try to press it and then try to see the latch, how it performs. It should either only give you one click sound or doesn't give you any click sound. So let's try to see how it does. Just try to zoom in here. So you can see, you can hear one click sound. So it's only half latch. So it's good because our system cannot detect the hood, so it do not do a full latch. So by doing a full latch, let me show you what is meant by a full latch. So the first test is succeed. So let's try to do the second test. The second test is try to push on here, push down, and we do the double click test. This time it will do a full latch and you can hear 2 click sound. So let me try. See, you can hear click click. That means that the whole thing is functioning correct. So you can also, this is a good time for you to test the actuator function. So go back to the car. And try to open the front and see if the latch is unlatched, fully unlatched again. So now I'll show you when it fails, what will happen. So if I click on here and you doesn't hear any sound and the hood remain locked, that means the actuator connector has some problem. Either it's loosened or it's not connected right, then you need to get back to check. So let me show you how it should behave normally when you press on this one. So now I press it. You can hear the pop sound and the front is closed. It's okay. So, but then now you can hear the function is working. So I'll try to open the front again. Yeah. I recommend to do this test before reconnecting the ECU, but it's up to you. It's okay, because when you press it, it works, then it should work. Yeah. So now I'll show you how to do the initialization and the speed setting. So normally it's recommended to do one initialization after the system is installed. To do it, just press and hold the button here until you hear 1 beep. Okay, so here we initialize the system. If you keep on pressing it and if you do, when you did the double click test, you doesn't hear any beep sound, that might mean that the buzzer is not working good, and then you might need to contact us to replace the buzzer. Yeah, but now it's good, so we will teach you how to do the speed setting. To do the speed setting is similar, but instead of releasing the button after you hear 1 beep, you keep pressing it. So we keep pressing it and then we'll hear 3 beep. That means speed 3, speed 4, speed 5, and then we can release it. So speed 5 is the fastest setting we have, and this is how you set the speed. In the future, if you have our Mark 6 system, then we will release firmware. You just need to take out this little thing and insert a micro SD card. We have another video to show you how to do it. The next update release, we will add Bluetooth functionality. So after that, you will no longer need to do the update from here. Instead, you do the speed setting and the software update through the Bluetooth. We will release an app for that. But that's something that is hardware already compatible, but the software is not yet released. We'll try to release it in the first quarter of this year. Yeah, 2024. So now we have finished the install. We'll try to briefly show you how we tidy up the cable. So usually we just tie everything along with the OEM wiring. So just go from here, along with here, just show it here, and then just here. And we haven't finished it, but normally this is how you tighten it, and then just settle it with the OEM wire together, and it will be good. Now we have finished everything. We have tested the closing and opening, and then now we will try to put the big bin back together. But there's a friendly reminder. Just try to put this connector that you disconnected just a little bit upward in here before you put it back. So just in case you put it back and then you forgot, then you can just pull it out and reconnect. So now I will take the front bin. Just try to set it. Make sure you do it okay and not scratching the the fender, the side fender. So now I will just try to connect this connector first. Just plug it back in. Okay, so I already plugged it in, so I can just set it back. So normally when I try to set it back, I align the screw hole first. So I just try to take it a little bit. Yeah, so this is aligned. This is aligned, so I can just press on it. Yeah, so everything is secured. Then we'll just need to retighten the 4 screws. And the big cover. Hold on. So for this one, remember there's just 3 click. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And here. So just try to align a little bit, align the flaps, you know, and then the rest will just align perfectly. 1 click here, and there's 1 last click in here. So just click in here. So just make sure you align it, and then just press on it. Okay, so everything is set. So last thing I will just try to teach you about the operation of the front. To open the front, there are 3 ways. One is to use the app, one is to use the key fob, and one is to use the touchscreen. So let me try to show you how to use the touchscreen to open the front. So yes, so it's open. To close it, you can use the 3 ways I mentioned. For the app, Tesla removed the feature a little while ago, but they recently just bring it back. So the app support, the app functionality might or might not work depending on Tesla apps, how they do. If they choose not to send the API to the car, then we have nothing to do with that. But you can still use the third-party app to control the front. So there are lots of third-party apps that can do the Tesla control. You can just try to search it. But for the closing, like I said, there are 3 ways. App may or may not work depending on Tesla app, but in 2024, at this moment, it works. So, but there are 2 additional ways to close. The first thing, the 4th way is to use the button here. So you can just press it. Yeah, I'll press it. And now I'll try to stop it as well. So this is the anti-pinch functionality. I'll already show you. So it's very soft, so soft enough, I would say. Yeah, so you don't need to worry about being squeezed by the hood. The last way to close is just try to pull this down a little bit until you feel the friction or the buzzer to give you a deep sound, and then you can release it, and then we will close it. So that's basically how the front works. This installation video will apply to all the other car that is 2021 or after. Yeah, the connectors are the same. The connection are almost the same. This is just how you install it. It applies to every single car, just with a very little variation. But if you have an old car and you found a wiring harness is not same, you might be able to refer to this video. Yeah, so that's basically it. This is how you install the front. It's very easy, not difficult. Anyone can do it with this video. So I hope you like our video. If you like it, please share, subscribe, and like our YouTube channel. I hope you like it. Thank you.